Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Restless Barbarian Gaming. And tonight we are playing The One Ring. We have been playing a story called A Troll Hole, if there ever was one. And we're into the fourth episode, and it's been a lot of fun. There's been some ups and downs, but last week there was a lot of blood, and I think the players really enjoyed that. So I think they enjoyed their first encounter with a troll. So before we kind of jump into a recap, I want to thank everyone who's watching the video. Thanks for finding us. Please be sure to give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's go ahead and have my players introduce themselves. We're going to start in a clockwise motion with Q.
Hey everybody, I'm Q. I'm playing Yoradel, the Dunedain, who is a bit of a wanderer. Hangs out, pretty much in the wilderness. Really just likes the going from place to place. So, she's totally into this, getting called across the land by Balin to, come do stuff just because she gets to go from point A to point B. And find out what's there. And has a whole thing about like wanting to destroy the shadow and keep that down, that kind of thing. But mostly she's just in it for the travels.
Next.
Am I jumping in? I'll just jump in. Tora.
We're going clockwise.
Tora. Oh, right. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, Tora Gochtfeller. She got her last name there from felling a mighty, nasty orc named Gocht. But she's a tough little dwarf, and doesn't like to be home too much. Likes to be always out and about, on the go, and taking out her inner demons on various foes. She especially likes to kill orcs, but also a big fan of killing trolls. And yeah, the last week's fight inspired me to finally pick a name for her father, and so I landed on Thurcombe Trollbraid.
Interesting.
Okay. Trollbraid.
Trollbraid.
Okay.
You
like
braid troll head hair?
Yeah, no, he would like braid the hair off of the trolls he killed like into his beard, so he'd have like little. Yeah.
Ooh.
I guess you weren't giving him close
Can you kiss him with that stinky stuff?
I was going to say.
Not a lot of kissing. Not a lot of kissing. Yeah.
Not yet. We're not a kissing family.
Yeah.
Busy killing trolls.
Not a kissing family. Definitely a fighting family.
We do fist bumps.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. She grew up just her and her dad, and I think she had like, I don't know, 5 brothers or something. I forget how many. I'd have to look at her back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellie.
Hi, I'm Ellie, and I'm playing Glorel, an elf who is on a journey of exploration, finding ruins from previous ages and finding out what they have hidden in them, and sometimes running very fast out of them.
It all depends on what's inside them. So. All right. In our last episode, the Fellowship had descended into the valley using the southern approach. They had found a kind of like almost think of it as like a groove, kind of dug into the ground, another path that had been dug into the ground that led straight up a hill towards a farmhouse that they had found. When they arrived at the farmhouse, they found that it had been trashed. There was blood all over the place. But they did find that a small girl had survived. Her name is Skilda. I'm not sure if I said it that way last week, but this week it's Skilda. Who had managed to really kind of survive on her own. We were calling her Newt, and had been kind of hiding out there, maybe in the hopes that someone would come find her, which luckily they did. Once nighttime came, a troll arrived and had battered on the walls with a giant club. The beast decided to stick its head in the door to see if anyone was inside, and that's when it got a really nasty surprise with an axe and I believe a spear in the face, and then arrows in its back because Glorel had been on top. The beast attempted to run away. The Fellowship chased it and cut the beast down. And then, as a final coup de grace, Tora had cut the troll's head off and mounted it over the front door as a warning to anyone else who might approach that there were some serious troll killers inside. In that evening, Dasher, aka Thunderer, had volunteered to take Skilda to the west. There's a place called the Forsaken Inn. He was looking to get the girl away from this area as fast as he could, and has promised to return as quickly as he can. The Fellowship then spends the remainder of the evening in the farmhouse. They hear outside in the valley. They hear the sounds of growls and heavy thumps coming from the valley below, but nothing comes near the farmhouse, luckily. We pick up in the early morning. Dasher has not arrived yet. The sun has just come up, and the Fellowship are standing, preparing maybe to eat something. Their host, Jari, still has some food with him. Jari's been very quiet since the encounter with the troll, as well as Diarmok. And we pick up with, let's say, a light breakfast as the characters prepare for the next day. So,
a light breakfast for Tora is going to be like, a whole chicken and.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever's left around the farm.
Yeah.
Yoredale, don't forget to reset your hope.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you.
You are Yoredale.
Right.
Me, Tarzan. You're Yoredale.
Mine's already reset.
Where am I playing tonight?
Oh my god! Pretty sure he was talking to you.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. All right.
Boy.
That his hope.
Yari cooked, making himself useful, but otherwise just kind of sits on the remains of a stool. Just seems to be kind of brooding. Diarmok is outside, kind of just looking around. So.
Tora's gonna smack Yari on the back like real hard and be like, "Are you sad you didn't get the last stroke in? Was that it? Do we need to go find another troll for you to kill?"
Oh, I'm sure there'll be more.
Well, lucky for you, you'll get a chance.
I'm not much of a fighter. I'm more of a prospector and an explorer myself. So I leave the heavy work to more capable folks like yourselves.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Probably wise. I wouldn't want those hands harmed because you make a good breakfast.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I wonder. Perhaps I should go and scout and see if we can uncover any more trolls while maybe they're sleeping during the day. Figure out where they're hiding.
The music thinks there aren't any.
I decided it's become a little more happy. So
yeah. We took out all the trolls last night.
For now.
Yeah.
Glorel is still up on the roof,
Okay.
keeping an eye out for things. But
Do me a favor. Give me a scan roll, please, Glorel.
okay.
Okay. It's cloudy.
Yeah.
Nothing quite to see at the moment.
That's about what a 9 out of a 14 will get you.
Okay.
So unless somebody has a better idea, I think I will go off and see if I can't figure out where, follow the tracks of the troll that came in the night.
Okay.
Track it back to its lair. I know we have to stay here to wait for Dasher. Thadrandur?
Thudrundur.
Thadrandur. Yeah.
It's easier to remember Dasher.
Yeah, right? So we can't all go off, but
You could.
I don't want to leave Jari here by himself.
Or you could just all split up and go different directions. It's all up to you guys.
That always works out well.
So the question is, do either of you want to come with me?
What's your plan?
Follow the tracks, find the troll hole. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I hadn't thought much past that.
I'll come with you.
Well, it depends on whether, if you're trying to be super stealthy and just sneak in and sneak out, because then you probably don't want me. But if you're expecting a fight, potentially, then you probably do want me. So
I don't expect a fight in the daytime. Shilda confirmed that they don't generally come out until night.
It's the freaks don't come out at night.
Right?
Out at night.
Oh, I wonder, would I know that trolls turn to stone in the sunlight?
You don't. Yet.
Nope.
As you step outside, give me a scan roll, please.
Sure.
Oh, got to share this again.
Nope. I don't see nothing.
You don't see nothing. Okay. Actually, I don't see a roll on here. I see Chlorel's.
Yeah, I got 2 in a row right after Glorel. Both failures. One for remembering that trolls turn to stone, and one for not seeing anything.
There
they are.
It's weird. The thing seems to update slow sometimes.
Right, especially when you're sharing it. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. I don't know. So, anywho, okay. Yeah, you step outside. You see it's foggy. You can still see the tracks in the mud from the night before, and they head northwest of you.
All right. Can I use hunting to follow
excuse me.
them?
They came from
They came
northwest
from
of
the
you. They
northwest.
ended.
Yeah.
here.
They lead
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me do this. I'm going to share something. And actually, it'd probably be a good idea if everybody stepped outside, we'll say. So
You
that-
got to go pee at some point.
Exactly. So that you can all see.
Get as many scan rolls as possible.
Right.
right, all right.
So that you can see this.
None of us can see today.
Yeah, maybe it's foggy.
Way too foggy.
And let me put this in the chat because you guys are never going to be able to. Unfortunately, the map is kind of small there. So let me do this. Okay. So that's a little bit better. You're probably still going to have to blow it up a little bit because it's kind of small. When you guys step outside, and let's see, this should be showing up on the thing. You are at number 5 on this hill, if you can see that.
Yep.
Okay. Looking to the west, actually, I guess technically west. You can see the trail that you came along. This kind of like trench, like dug through the earth. The tracks you see, Iredale, lead kind of directly west from where you are, and in the distance through the fog's starting to break a little bit. You see what's called the Wart. It is this giant mound that is over here. To the more northwest of you, you see the lake ahead of you. Really, those are kind of the two unexplored areas of the map. Yeah, the muddy footprints kind of lead kind of west and then kind of head towards that trail, that trench, like you guys kind of walked in before. So,
all right.
This music
Well,
is
let me see if I can't
I need to go back to this.
track it back and narrow it down between the Wart and the lake.
Yeah. So that's where you guys are going to need to make a decision. It's getting towards mid-morning, and Dasher has not arrived just yet.
Well, we'll need someone to stay here at the house. What do you think? I'm not much for tactics, I confess, but I could scout in one direction and you could go in the other if you like.
If you're comfortable doing that, yeah.
Oh, well, I'll give it my best shot.
Just, be safe.
Yeah.
If you encounter something, run.
Okay.
Fall back to the house here.
Very well.
Okay. So what's everybody doing then?
I'm going to follow the tracks as best I
Okay.
can. I'm guessing they go to the Wart, but I'll let
You try that. Yeah.
I'll let if I lose the tracks, then I'll head toward the Wart, and as it's the sort of the largest landmark.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going to scout something.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it sounds like you guys want somebody to stay behind at the house.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get the
Okay.
three of us alone, away from Jari, then somebody needs to stay there and keep an eye on Jari. In part to
Okay.
keep him alive, but in part to make sure he
I-
doesn't do anything to Dharmic.
I guess that will be me then.
Yeah.
And if
Okay.
something does happen upon us while we're out, I'd very much prefer a troll slayer to be back at the house when we come running back and need someone to attack it.
Roll for ass kissing. So.
And they penciled that skill in.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. What did you roll? In heart, and that's about as close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
Nope.
didn't work, but it was worth a try.
She tried to appeal to your warrior acumen.
Except that it's so obvious, I think, to Tora that Glorel doesn't have any clue what that is. That doesn't really mean anything. It's like, yeah.
All right.
I just haven't been around dwarves long enough to appreciate their prowess.
Well, when we're done with this mission, you can all come back home with me, and I'll introduce you to my brothers.
I would love to do that.
My brother Daryl and my other brother Daryl. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really be old to get that reference. So
I get it. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
oh,
Wait to the backhandedly call me old. Wow.
You were feeling pretty good when you logged in tonight, weren't you?
Okay, I'm gonna turn my camera off and go get some more brownies.
all right. So then Glorel, you are going to go where?
I guess I'm headed up to the lake.
Okay. All right.
Don't drink the water.
The fish is peeing it. So. All right. Let's start off with Yoradel first.
All right.
So you are tracking down the trail. Footprints are still obvious to see. Though you probably go probably like half a mile, where you see they stop. But give me a hunting roll then.
Okay. Hunting. Come on, mouse. There we go. Not you, mouse. The mouse.
Okay. I got confused for a second.
Yeah. It was like trying to get the pointer over the thing, and it was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Wow. Nice. You notice some of the dirt toward your right on the edge of this trench is disturbed.
Mm.
The footsteps stop, or the tracks stop, but you see this dirt like disturbed over to your right.
All right, I will check it to see if, like, the troll took a dump and covered it or something like that.
Not exactly. Not exactly. What it looks like it did was it jumped over the side of the trench. So it came from somewhere near this stream. It lead down to this stream that kind of goes downhill and then goes back uphill, heading towards the wart.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, well, I follow upstream then, if that's where it looked like
Okay.
it came down.
Okay.
Unless I'm worried if the troll was smart enough to, like, walk through the stream for a little while to, like, hide its trail, then that means we're in trouble because there's some smart trolls. But
you realize that getting up, just even climbing up a small hill to get up towards a path that'll take you up towards the wart is probably going to take you a couple hours, because it's going to be an arduous climb, unless you want to walk all the way back, like almost like half a day to get to a shorter spot. So
gotcha. So several hours of arduous climb, or even more hours of boring walking around.
Yeah.
So I'll try the climb.
Okay. Is this something you're going to do all of this yourself?
I don't understand the question.
So he's you said you wanted to track far back, but I want to confirm that you're going to go all the way up the hill by yourself.
Yeah, I wanted to either follow the tracks to a troll's hideout, or barring that, then go and check out the wart and see what's going on there.
Okay.
So, yeah, I will go all the way to the wart if that's where it leads.
Okay. All right. I'm going to switch back over to Glorel then. Glorel, your path is a little bit easier, all downhill. And give me an explore or scan roll, whatever you're better at.
Okay, they're both 2 pips, but I'm favoring an explore.
Okay.
Oof.
Ooh. Okay.
Should have used a hope die.
You get down towards the lake. There's an area of a lot of tall reeds and mud. Scanning out to the lake, you see way out there. Looks like there's a raft out there.
I am about to jump in and swim out when I remember what Yoradil said.
Okay.
Just keep your mouth closed.
Okay.
Oh, you meant about running away if you got chased. Not that don't drink the water.
Okay. Back at the farmhouse, Jari seems a little agitated now. He's kind of like, so what are we doing? We're just going to sit here while someone else can find my family's treasure?
Yeah. Pretty sure that if your family's treasure has been there as long as it has and no one's found it yet, I don't think another like a day is going to really make that big a difference. So yeah, they're gonna scout and get a lay of the land, try to figure out how many more trolls might be out there, because information is helpful. And yeah, we're gonna hang out here until they get back, and then we'll come up with a plan to go from there.
He gives
Some-
a dissatisfied harumph. So
I think if it's a perfect time to rest your feet. We've been walking a lot, mend your socks, take a nap. I don't know. Enjoy the fact that for at least a little bit, nothing's trying to chop your head off. Good times, basically.
right.
Poor Jari. He's like, when did I end up not in charge?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he went from like I'm the leader of this to I'm just kind of sitting there. Yeah. Maybe it was that whole treachery thing getting uncovered. All right, I'm gonna go back to Glorel again. So you've decided not to go out swimming.
Yes, I think that's probably not the best idea.
Okay. Could you give me one more scan roll, please?
Okay. Do you want scan or explore?
Now that you're down by the lake, give me a scan, please.
Okay. All right. Had to roll well one of these times.
All right. Now that you are down by the lake, you spot hidden among the reeds a boat. Kind of a small rowboat is kind of hidden in the reeds.
Okay. I will look it over.
Okay. Looks sturdy enough. Could probably fit 3 to 4 people.
All right.
You don't know when the last time it was used, but it was apparently kept here by somebody.
It looks like it was tied up and left purposefully, not like it washed ashore or something. I thought maybe that's what you meant by it looks like somebody kept it in.
These things just pop up in RPGs. I mean, so.
Right? Yeah. The boat.
Yeah.
Random table. You ever get hit by a random table? Yeah.
If you want to get rid of it, you have to get rid of the boat spawner.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I am going to keep it in mind for later, but not use it myself right now.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. We're getting towards about midday. The sky starts to cloud up a lot more. Kind of threatens some more rain, perhaps later in the day. Yordell, as you're kind of starting to scale this small hill, the rain starts to come down on you. So you realize it's probably going to be a little slippery trying to get up here to get to the pathway.
Okay.
Could you give me let me look once again here.
Athletics?
No, something else.
That's too bad. Courtesy. Yeah.
Could you give me an awareness roll, please?
Awareness. Okay, that's actually better.
Yeah.
Ooh, glad I put that hope die in.
All right. You hear in the nearby distance the sound of horse hooves heading roughly your direction.
Okay. Ooh, I'd like to try to get up high enough to see who's riding the horse. So I'll push forward up the hill.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll call it a hill, even though there's a chance of slipping.
Now I would like that athletics roll, please.
Yeah, of course. And I will definitely use a hope die.
All right. You scramble up, just kind of catching yourself. Looking, you see that there is a road down below you, which is probably the main road in, but Yari didn't take you this way because he didn't take you. He took you a southern way. You see a lone figure on horseback, and it is Thunderer.
Oh, I was hoping that it might be.
He is roughly to the southeast of you, southwest of you, and realizes, and he looks like he's not going to go towards your way. He may be kind of coming in this way, but then maybe getting ready to cross the stream. So,
Okay, I will try to flag him down.
okay. Let me see if he notices you because he is riding along here.
I'll give him one of those really sharp whistles,
That works. That works.
that I can't actually do.
Let's see. All right. Yeah. You see the rider stop, and he's kind of looking in your direction.
All right.
Now, he's probably a quarter of a mile away. So
Yeah, so I'll do some sort of like ranger sign.
Okay.
So he knows that it's
semaphore. So
yeah. Do the robot,
the robot. He does the robot in return. And you hear like he says like, "What ho, Iridel?
Hail, Dasher!
I return from the Forsaken Inn."
Okay. Be quiet, there's trolls about.
Oh, that's a good idea. No. He says, "I return to the farmhouse with news."
Good. I go to scout the wart. I should return mid-afternoon.
All right. Good luck, brother. Or sister, sorry. For some reason, I always think Iridel is male for some reason. I don't know.
Good luck, sibling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. And you see him is he's going to try to take his horse down to the stream. That's probably the way he came. Kind of cutting across land.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably had to find a way over that trench and all that with a horse, which was it probably took him a really long time. So anyway, all right. So so he takes off. You find yourself now on a path. If you're kind of looking at the, did I close the picture? I did. What you find is the path kind of leads to the east, uphill, and it's very slippery with all the rain. But then you see there is kind of a narrow staircase that starts to lead up, kind of between 6 and 8. There's kind of a very narrow staircase
I see it.
that looks still in fairly decent shape, but it's slick from all the rain. So it's probably going to take him a little while to ascend.
Right. How open is the staircase?
Wide open.
Wide open. So there's not like you don't have to worry about like walls on the side.
Not really. It's been kind of dug into the hill. There are probably some spots where you might be able to kind of grab on to get a hold. There might be some spots of cover, but for the most part, it's a pretty open area.
All right, I'm going to risk it and take the stairs up instead of trying to go back country and parallel them.
Okay. All right. So we're going to switch back over to Glorel. Okay, so you've found the boat. What were you going to do next?
Burn it.
Glorel?
Ellie, can you hear us?
Did we
Ellie,
lose
can you hear
Ellie?
us?
I'm sorry. My microphone was turned off.
No problem.
I'm going to continue to scout around the edge of the map, the edge of the lake,
Okay.
but I'm
Okay.
not going to cross the river or anything.
Okay. All right. So you're kind of going kind of northeast, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. You eventually kind of run out of land.
Yeah.
So you've either got to go to the west, or jump in the water to really get much further. So
Yeah, I'll just go back down to the west to where it meets the stream.
okay. All right. What you're gonna need to do is kind of cross the stream, and crossing streams is bad. So I'm gonna say that's gonna be an athletics test. Kind of getting through there.
Okay.
All right.
I can't believe that worked.
Yeah.
You kind of wade through the stream, kind of come back up on the other side. The water's cold. The rain is starting to pick up to kind of just an annoying drizzle now. But as you're moving along, as you kind of go northwest, you see there is kind of a trail that leads to kind of a better pathway. It's kind of just you can probably see it, but on the map.
On the map, it's gone up to 10.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll follow it up.
Okay. So the what you find is that this is it's kind of boggy land. It's kind of at the foot of the wart, and the water starts to get a little bit deeper, but you're still on the path, so you're not really having to deal with too much of it. Give me an explore roll, please.
Okay. Let's see if I make this one.
Oh, Gandalf room.
Neat.
Good thing too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking out with your clever elf's eyes, you see at number 11 there is a raft there, and it looks like there are some humans on it.
Interesting. They're way out there, right?
Yes. Yeah. You can swim out there.
I think probably I don't want to.
Okay.
I want to pull the others before I continue any farther.
Okay. All right.
Can I tell what,
Oh, go ahead.
like, relative ages or?
I'd need really good success to
Yeah.
to
Okay,
look.
that's fine.
You do see movement, but
Okay,
you
so
can't
they're-
really tell. Yeah, you do see some movement on the raft, but not like it is. A man and 6 kids, or something like
Sure,
that.
sure.
Yeah. The rain is
Okay.
starting to pick up a little heavier, so
Yeah.
sky's getting darker. So, okay. All right. So you are going to then go back down the path and head back to the farmhouse?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to take you a little while to do that.
Yeah, of course.
Torah, back at the farmhouse. You hear
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Yeah, exactly. I was just here saying, meanwhile, back at the ranch. You hear approaching foot of sound of hooves approaching.
Hooves. So like horse hooves?
Horses, yeah.
Okay, that's good. I mean, could be worse.
So,
I think she's gonna see if she can kind of peer out through like I know they boarded up the windows and such, but
Yeah.
maybe try to find a.
okay. You see it is Dasher is returning.
Oh,
And rides up, kind of gets off his horse and comes towards the farmhouse.
She's gonna open the door and be like, "Quick, you should get in. There are trolls about."
He's like, well, I see there was one.
Apparently, supposedly, there's more. Possibly, we're not sure yet.
And he's like, I saw the sign, although it's changed a bit.
It opened up my eyes.
Wow.
Wow. Well placed.
Nice.
I think that deserves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes in, explains that he got the girl to the Forsaken Inn. The owner's wife said she would watch the girl, but only for a short time because they don't know who she is, and but they, under the circumstances, they said they would watch her. He also mentions that he ran into a Uradel who looked like she was trying to scale the wart by herself.
That sounds about right.
And gives Yari a look of contempt. And that's about when we're going to say Glorel is just starting to approach. There's now a horse parked outside. So.
And it's in the handicap spot.
he's a ranger of the north. They overlook those things.
Yeah, the hazard drawn. He'll be back soon.
Yeah, so we're but when you encountered Yoridel, she was doing just fine, right? Like she wasn't in any kind of.
She didn't seem to be in any peril.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll stick to the plan then and wait for her to return. And Glorel, did you find anything on your scouting?
Well, I found a boat. Perhaps I could speak to you about it.
Sure. Dasher, why don't you go on in? There's probably some breakfast left over from when Jari made it, and take yourself a bit of a respite.
Yeah, he needs a break. He's been
take care of your horse, Okay.
All right, yeah, he'll get some food, and then he's gonna take care of his horse. So, okay.
I did find a boat. There's also a raft in the middle of the lake that has people on it. Humans, I believe, but I couldn't tell anything more about them.
Diarmok just was like, you saw people? What? How many people? What were they?
I didn't get a good grasp of their number. All I know is I thought it might be, but I dared not swim out. I worried that they might be, well, bait, for lack of a better word.
Oh.
I had preferred to get away, to be able to get away rather more quickly than I could swim. Which is why I brought up the boat. I'm afraid I don't know how to row, but I had hoped that one of you might.
I could.
Diarmok says, "I'll row the boat if it means maybe possibly finding my family."
What do we tell Jari though? Do we leave Dasher here with him, or we could say we're just going out to check in on Yoridel.
I think that sounds reasonable.
So he doesn't feel compelled to follow.
All right.
All right. Which one of us is going to try to tell him to stay behind?
Dasher, you've been on the road all morning. Would you mind waiting here with Jari? We're going to go check on Yoredale and make sure she's still doing well.
Sure. And he looks kind of sleepy, but he's like, all right, I got it.
Wait, because we haven't filled Dasher in, right, yet? Does he know?
That
Jari's
Jari's not trustworthy? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he did, no.
I think we should probably fill him in.
We didn't have much time. We found the girl. We sent him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so you know, Dasher, we think Jari's complicit and actually started setting us up to be troll fodder.
And he
So-
kind of looks that direction. He's like, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
So if you could keep an eye on him, we're trying to keep him from signaling the trolls. Although at this point, that might, I think we've thwarted his initial plan. But
Boom, crash. A lot of thunder and lightning as the storm starts to pick up.
oh god, and the people are out on a raft.
The skies begin to darken further.
We better hurry.
Yes, we must make haste.
All right.
Okay. All right. We're going to go back to Yoredale, who has scaled up the path and is at the top of the wart. Just kind of give you a there's a tower at the top of the hill. Was built, hundreds of years ago. It's beginning to crumble. As you get up there, and again, it's starting to rain harder. You notice that there are what looks like two small entrances next to this tower. You don't know if they lead. That's how you get into the tower, or kind of where they lead. But there's just a lot of scraggly grass and just stone and just. But yeah, there's these two side kind of entrances, like by the tunnel. By the tower. Excuse me.
All right, I want to try to get close to one of those entrances and peek in. I'm assuming from the outside, it doesn't look like it's occupied.
Right. Yeah, I mean, as far as you can tell, there's nobody here. So.
Right. So I just wanted to peek in and see if I see any sign of flickering firelight or torchlight or something like that. That might indicate someone is sheltering in there.
Okay, that sounds like a stealth roll to me.
All right. Oh, crap. That's
Okay.
too many ones.
Yeah. As you make your way up there, you step in a big puddle of mud.
All right, up to my knee.
And then you got to pull your foot out. Luckily, your boot doesn't stay. Okay. You still don't see anybody, but you as you get into one of the entrances, you see that there are worn bas reliefs once depicting kings and heroes of the North Kingdom, but they are little more now than vague shapes in stone. The one carving is surprisingly readable. It shows King Argaleb II, his right hand offering shelter to a hobbit, while his left hand is outstretched in admonition, you can never say that word, towards the east. Another pair of carvings facing west were once images of King Elendil and his son Ilsador.
Okay.
Roll lore to see if this means anything to you.
I will roll lore. I mean, I'm thinking it does mean to her because she has some background with Sindarin and Elvish lore and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Elendil and Isildur are pretty famous.
Mm-hmm.
But nope, I should have spent a hope die.
Okay. As you've now kind of
It's raining. She's got mud in her eyes, and she just kind of doesn't recognize.
exactly, you now get in kind of further in. You're kind of out of the rain. But it's very dark in here.
Okay.
You would probably
Alright, I'm
need to
gonna take
light a
a-
torch to continue forward.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take a second to like just sluice off a little bit, but I don't want to go exploring in there alone. I just
Okay.
wanted to try to confirm whether or not there was anybody, like in the near entrance that we needed to worry about.
Tell you one thing though, it stinks in here.
Ooh, it stinks. Does it stink like that hole we found with the dead people, or is it like more
It's
the stink of something living?
Stink of something living. If you followed your nose into the darkness,
Yeah.
you could follow the scent.
Got you. Okay. All right. So I can almost taste the trolls.
Maybe.
Or
Maybe
whatever's
something
in
else.
Yeah. Okay, that's good enough to let me know that something is probably layering here, whether it's trolls or not. So take a moment just to sluice off a little bit, and then I'm going to head back out to the rain and head back
Okay.
to the pond.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So that's going to take you a little while to get over there. So okay. Then we are going to go down back to the others. You're kind of walking down this increasingly muddy hill towards the lake. So it is Diarmach, Glarel, and Tora.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I will lead them to the boat.
Okay. All right. You get there, and that's when the storyteller reads more stuff. Okay. So, you find this raft. And again, it looks like it could probably hold 2 to 3 people comfortably. And now you kind of know where you look. Yeah, you kind of see through the rain is kind of starting to mist or kind of blow across the lake. But you all do kind of just faintly see that raft out there.
I mean, we have to do something. Wait, so is there another boat that we can use to get to them?
Nope, just this one.
Just the one floating out there? No.
No.
Oh, just no. Okay.
They're on
All
a
right.
raft out there.
Okay, so so we're gonna take this boat, but
Okay.
there's not another boat that we could use. Okay, so
Correct.
do we have rope to tie the raft to the boat? I think I have some rope.
You guys do have some rope.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, Tora can hop up in the front and use her strength to start paddling.
Okay.
Start paddling.
Yeah, give me an athletics roll. It's probably going to take 2 rolls to get out there. 2 successes. So what do we got? We got 1. Okay, you're about halfway there. And give me another one. All right, great. Okay.
Ooh, great success.
You are now within sight, and you can see that there are a woman and 2 children and another woman, all kind of huddled together on the raft. And Diarmach's like, "It's my family! It's my family! We found them! We found them!"
This is totally a trap.
Uh,
Do I know
Glarel
anything
goes-
about trolls and water?
I don't know. Do you? You can make a lore roll.
I'd like to try and make a lore roll as well, but I'm... Oh,
I got a Gandalf-y thing.
Okay. Yeah, trolls might be able to swim.
Okay. We couldn't be lucky enough for them to not like water. Okay.
And that is when, as you're getting really close to the raft, you feel the raft stop.
Yeah.
The boat stopped.
The boat stop?
Excuse me, the boat stopped. And there is a greenish gray hand, massive hand, is now slapped on the edge of the boat.
Lock that sucker off.
And
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
And something is coming. Something is coming.
Ellie is killing it tonight.
water.
All right.
Is coming up out of the water. You see
course.
this thing seems bigger than the one you fought.
Oh, boy.
You see this creature with more greenish skin, green teeth, has this like long, sickly black hair, and is starting to like grab the boat, and is getting ready to just give it like a really big shake. So we are going into combat. So
Hooray!
Yay!
hooray! And there was great rejoicing. Okay.
Was
you took
there?
the thing.
Was there?
Alrighty. So, this is not, you're not going to really have an opening volley because this thing really kind of surprised you. You should be able to pick your stances. And I think you guys should be able to see the map in Foundry. Yep. I see.
Oh, okay. It doesn't look like water, but okay.
Don't worry about it. So.
I was looking for one that looked like a lake, and I'm like, oh no, we're on a. Okay.
No, I'm lazy. I just use the
No
same
problem.
thing.
That's fine. Okay, I gotta pick my stance here. Toggle combat state.
Yeah, it should be. Is it not showing it for you guys? The combat
No.
stance? Alright.
No. I mean, I can. It's got
Yeah,
me
no,
in.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
It's not showing me how to change it, I guess.
Yeah, because you should be able to right click on it and it should be able to show you your stance. So let's maybe I gotta begin combat. Let's try that.
Oh yeah, probably.
It could be.
There you go. Sorry about that.
Yep. So I am gonna assume that I can't do rearward.
It's going to be at a disadvantage essentially because you're going to have to if you were going to shoot an arrow, you're standing up in this rocking boat and at very close range, but you could, yes. But it's going to be a penalty.
I'm gonna go open stance and use my axe.
All right. So, okay, so Tora is going to go first.
All right. Well, let's start wailing on this thing, I guess. And I'll have to be careful and keep an eye on my hope points this time, so I don't unwittingly.
Oh, and don't forget to click on the weapon in your war gear rather than your combat proficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. Okay.
Okay, so let me get my little thingy out here. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and click on the. Okay, you dealt 7 damage. All right. So where did you attempt to hit her?
The hand.
Okay, on the hand. Thunk. And it's oh.
Try to see if I can't get him to let go.
Okay. Diarmok shouts out, it's the worst of them. It's Nellie Longarms, the mother of the trolls.
Oh, great.
I think you need to rename her.
Now that we know her name, we're going to get attached.
No.
Give her a name, didn't you? All right.
Gotta call her.
And we only get one attack per round, right? There's no. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so Gloverell.
This isn't gonna go well.
Yeah, I missed it by one.
Oh, close.
Okay. So yeah, you.
I really should have used the hope die.
You smash down, and maybe it just kind of bounces off the side of her. Maybe you hit like the broad side of the thing, hit her head. Okay.
Yeah.
And just a reminder that I gave Diarmok my spear.
Okay. Yeah, I did not add him in here, but I'll make sure he makes a roll too. So let's actually, yeah. Let's
You should roll to keep the boat from capsizing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have him make his roll too. So got a 6, and then he's probably only got like a.
And here I thought I was the one that was going to end up getting sucked into combat by myself.
Hopefully you're gonna come run and rescue us.
He kind of pokes down with it, but doesn't. It says the wrong name there, but I was rolling for Diarmok, so
It was worth a shot.
So Nellie now is going to try to just tip the boat over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she is.
It was nice knowing you guys.
Well, maybe you'll fall out of the boat, sink to the bottom, and then suddenly discover you're immortal and walk back to shore.
Yeah. Good thing I have my Hobbit character as a backup.
She
Oh man!
as she's doing this, she's like punching with one hand at Tora while flipping the boat with her other hand, and Tora is going to take 15 damage.
All right, now do I get to defend against that or?
No.
No,
This isn't something that your armor stopped. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she and everybody goes tumbling out. So we are going to go into the next round then. And now this is where the disadvantages start, because dwarfs aren't very tall.
Nope.
Plus, you got to try to swim.
Yep.
So actually, everybody's got to try to swim now. So
does that come off my? Is that my endurance?
Endurance, yeah.
it comes off your
So-
endurance, yeah.
Minus 15.
Minus 15, yeah.
Oh, gee, yeah, I'm not gonna live through this.
That's all right. Neither am I.
That's-
All right. Okay, so
Oh, now you should
Tora-
be weary. Oh boy!
So Tora,
Yeah.
you're up. Now you guys are fairly close to the raft. I mean, you can hear the family starting to call out. They're like, no, help us.
I'm gonna crawl into the raft, and the troll's just gonna attack the raft where all the children are. No, I think Tora is gonna try to. Well, did they capsize the boat? Did the boat sink?
It's flipped over. So you could probably, if you wanted to try to make it like an athletics roll to like climb up onto the boat, or try
Yeah.
to flip it back over. It's up to you guys.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Which one?
Is one easier than the other?
I would say it's both of them are going to be an athletics roll. To flip it back over, it's going to be easier than trying to balance on
Right.
the bot on a capsized boat in the rain. So
Okay.
But either one's going to be hard.
Right. But at least my athletics is like a favored skill for me, which I'm guessing it's probably not for the others. So I'll try to, yeah, see if I can't. Yeah. Okay.
okay.
All right.
So yes, you get it tilted over and you get it flipped over and kind of pull yourself back into it. I can tell you that the Armok, that's what he's going to try to get back into the boat, if at all possible. So, Glorel, you're now in the water.
I am really torn. Yeah, I'm gonna have the bad idea. I'm swimming toward the raft.
Okay. All right. You start swimming towards the raft. Okay. And Nellie Longarms disappears under the water.
All right.
Yeah. We're going to move to the next round. And that's when you hear a shout from the western shore. Eoradel heard the noises. Somehow she heard them.
And ignored us.
And was like, "You idiots!"
And because she was coming down the slippery staircase and looked out and saw everything. You saw the raft. You saw a boat. Somehow through the rain, you just through the magic of RPGs,
there was just a moment of calm in the storm where
exactly. Yep. And so I'm going to say Eoradel is joining in. Unless she chooses to run away.
I'll head toward the lake.
Okay. So you're going to have to you'll have to set your stance, whatever you want to do.
Right. I guess I'm going to go rearward.
Okay.
And try to get to the shore and see if I can't lob a volley of arrows over.
Yeah, I mean they're a fair distance out, but you'd still have a chance at something. So okay.
And then after that, maybe I'll try to find a boat or some way to get out there.
Okay. Okay. So Tora, you're in the boat.
Right. Tora's gonna go defensive, and then she's gonna throw the rope at Eoradel and be like, "Tie it to the raft."
Okay.
You mean throw to Glorel?
To Glorel.
Right. Sorry, to Glorel. Tie it to the raft.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be so Glorel's really going first. You're swimming to the raft. We'll say you catch the rope. You get to the raft, and the family is, help us, please, thank you for your help, thank you. She's gonna come back.
Yep, I'm gonna climb onto the raft and start fastening the rope.
Okay, all right. Okay, so Tora, I'm not gonna say that was your whole action, throwing the rope.
She's just, as soon as it's tied, she's gonna just start putting all her strength into just furiously paddling back to the shore to try to get us off the lake.
Okay. All right.
Good thinking.
Eoradel, you're kind of in Overwatch. Give me a scan roll, please.
All right. How many hope do I have left? I'm gonna save it. Okay. 10. Not good.
Okay. You don't spot anything moving under the water.
Right. Too much rain hitting the surface. Probably some waves kicking up too.
And then that's when there's just a sudden break in the clouds. Just like the wind just happened to push one cloud, and you see just kind of a golden ray of light just starts to shine down into the onto a distant spot on the lake. We're in the next round.
Jacob's Lake.
So I have no idea what you mean. Okay, so Glorel, you've now secured the raft to the boat. Diarmok has swum back to the boat, so he's kind of scrambling into the boat now, and he's like he's getting the oars. He's like, come on, we must leave.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, no, I know. Just he's yeah.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not paddling like
Right.
okay
Okay.
for fun of it.
Okay. Yordell, give me a scan roll, please.
All right. Ooh, auto success. And great.
You think you see something beneath the water. Now that there's a little bit of sunlight, you think you spot something green.
Spot something green. Can I use that great success to confirm that it's a troll, not a fish?
Yeah.
Not a fish.
It's not seaweed. So
Okay. Then I will shoot an arrow at it,
okay.
if I may.
Okay.
Where is bows? Down here. Oh, I need to select one and only thing to select. Okay.
Oh.
Selected. I always forget to select.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure. Okay. Now try it. There we go.
There we go. Aha! Heavy blow.
All right.
Nelly needs to make a protection roll test. Ah, of course, she's protected by the water. Makes perfect sense.
And she has some serious armor.
Yeah.
So okay, but you're like you struck true.
I'm getting that arrow back.
Glorel.
Glorel is going to take her bead from Yordell's arrow.
That's fair enough.
And miss.
Okay.
By one, though.
There is as much as the sun has started to shine down, and started just that little bit of sun is starting to shine down, there is a mist that seems to come from nowhere and starts to gather on the lake.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to move into the next round. All of you, any attacks that you make in the next round are going to be ill-favored because this mist is starting to obscure your vision of the water. So, Diarmok is rowing as freaking fast as he can, but it's a little bit more weight.
Row your boat.
So, Dora.
All my strength and effort is going into just getting us to the shore as fast as possible.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
I'm going to stay in defensive stance and, just, try to get everybody safely to shore.
Okay.
Or at least to where the water's, low enough that if people fall in, they can stand up.
You can make a scan roll at ill-favored if you want to look for targets.
Sure. That's a good plan. All right, how do I mark at ill-favored?
I think when you go to make your roll, there's a box for ill-favored.
Do I have like a number of turns before I get us to the coast, or like
After this?
Okay,
You guys will be close enough.
I see where it says favored / ill-favored, and then lists feat dice. Should I click that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and then switch it to worst.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've had to use that. Oh no!
But it won't be the last.
You eyeball.
You don't see anything.
Yeah.
Laurel, same thing. If you want to, you can make a scan roll at ill-favored. You don't have to though.
Okay, I actually, my action this round was going to be prepare shot,
Okay. Okay.
which requires me to make a scan roll.
Okay. But it's still going to be an old favorite though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I forgot there were like things you can do other than just attack.
There we go.
None of us are magic users, really, though. So
No, but
Really a thing
setting
in
up
this
little
game,
combat
unfortunately.
stunts and things like that
Oh, all right.
would be useful.
You managed to pierce through this newest mist and spot something green swimming below.
So those elf eyes.
Those
Okay.
elf eyes, yep. You
So
can
with
take
a success on my scan and an additional success, I'm going to add 2d to my next attack.
Sounds good. Yeah, sounds fair.
So when you prepare attack, are you basically like, is it like ready in an action in D&D where like if she comes above the water, you can shoot, or
It's-
like how does that
This
work?
is the rearward stance special combat action, it's basically I'm taking a round to aim.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. Each stance has a thing you can do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's the defensive thing?
Protect companion.
Okay.
Make an athletics roll as your main action, and on a successful roll, the next attack aimed at the protected player hero loses 1 die.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. So should I have done that when I changed my stance, or?
You don't have to.
So Glorel's just prepared to take a shot, or she's
Yeah. This round I don't get to do anything except.
That's what I thought. Okay, that's fair. Okay, you were just about back at the shore.
Okay. Whew.
So Tora's. I mean, you're within 10, 15 feet. So
Okay.
Tora, what you're just still pumping?
Yeah,
on?
I want to get those children onto the shore
Okay.
and
Yeah, 'cause
away
you
from
were
away from the troll. So
Yeah, the raft is trailing behind you. So.
as soon as she gets to where she can like stand, she's gonna hop out of the boat and then just grab the rope and just she's just gonna pull the raft in.
That sounds fair.
As fast as she can. Yeah.
Yoradel.
Yep.
The mist has dispersed almost as quickly as it came. So you can do a scan roll to search, or it's up to you.
And we'll do that. I think I'll also do the thing that Glorel just did.
Okay.
The shot.
Good thing one of us knows how to play the game.
Right? Yeah. I don't see anything.
Okay.
But I still that's using the action for the for the round.
Okay. All right. So
Where do I find the specifics?
Glorel now.
Okay.
You can make your scan roll and look for stuff if you want to.
I'm going to take that shot.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Ah, there it is.
Ooh. Okay. Yep. And okay, so I gotta go back over here. And she takes more damage. And that is actually when you take that shot, she was actually coming up behind the raft. So she gets an arrow right in the chest, but she is going to try to lift the raft. And so it's actually going to be kind of more targeting Glorel at this point. So, and
way to piss her off! Yay! Right before she attacks the children. Good job, Glorel.
Focus on me.
come on, right here, do it, kill me. Alrighty. Glorel gets the raft basically just gets like picked up and thrown towards the shore. So all the people go flying, Glorel, you hit the ground. If I come down on your ribs, you're going to take this 6 damage. And we're gonna go to one last round. So you can, but now you're basically on shore. You didn't have to help the people there because they got thrown to the to the shore. They all crash. Okay, so Tora.
The troll's still underwater, right? Like,
Yep.
Yeah,
she
I can't.
threw it and then dropped down again.
Yeah, I can't do anything to
And you guys
her.
are at
So
a weird angle now to be able to see. You can still do the scan, but it's going to be a little harder. So.
I mean, I could scan for her, but I can't. I don't have a ranged weapon because I gave what's his face my spear, so it's not like I can do anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
But what can I do to help the? I'm gonna grab the boat and lift it up, and then tell the kids to get and like put it on the shore and tell the kids to get underneath it as like cover or like, try to get the.
That's fair.
Try to protect. I'm just trying to protect these children.
Someone think of the children.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna put myself between the shore and the family tucked behind the boat, and then and then why not? Like, can I just taunt the troll in the sense of like
and go bok, 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 bok.
Well, I have my intimidating my orc. My helm is actually a useful item. It's an intimidating orc skull helm, which gives me like a. I guess how that works with the useful items, right? Gives me like a bonus on awe or whatever. Like I wanted like. Can I just want to like yell at her that like I already killed one troll this week. I'd be happy to kill another or whatever. Like I just want to try to intimidate her.
Yeah, go ahead and make like an intimidation roll.
This sounds like the intimidate foe thing from the forward step.
Yeah.
Oh, Eli.
Oops. Okay. No. So she doesn't come up. Okay. Glorel? Any combat action?
I'm going to take I have moved to defensive stance, and I'm going to take the protect companion.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Action.
Iordel?
I'm going to try to spot her in the water and go ahead and take that shot I was trying to prepare for.
Sorry if I messed you up there.
Nope, can't see her.
I keep missing these by one.
So I guess I will.
And that is actually going to end combat.
Oh, she doesn't come out onto the shore, huh?
Maybe because the sun's coming out, or.
Yeah, the sun is just that little bit of sun has like peeked out. It's gotten a little bit bigger. Just kind of broke through the clouds.
It's gonna wait, come find us in the night. Alright, so Diarmik, you should take your family and you should go now.
Yeah, he's flipped over the boat, he's hugging them. And he's like, he's, I'm sorry.
Don't go back to the farm. Leave this valley.
Nope. Just go.
It's like, but it'll be
the end.
Dark in a few hours.
Don't stop moving.
Don't stop moving. And I'm going to give him some gold to
Okay.
How much gold do I have? Where's my? Because I have a decent amount of money, I believe, because my dwarven background. I think I started with. I don't see it on my sheet anywhere though.
Well,
It's in my
treasure. We have like a treasure rating of how much we're worth, but yeah, I don't see any cash on hand.
I starting treasure rating 90. Okay, so I had 90 gold to start, I think. And I don't think we've really spent. So I'm gonna give them what would be
just
10?
Just assume you give them something. Say 10. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, I'm gonna drop down to 80, and then yeah.
Diarmok says the only safe direction would be back to the west towards Bree.
Well, you better start running. I mean, the question I guess remains too. Like, do we? I mean, we could escort his family and leave the trolls because we don't care about, or we or do we want to stay and try to eradicate the trolls?
It's up to you.
I think we try to distract the trolls towards us and away from Dharmic.
That's a good idea. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Okay, how do we do that? I
can light a big bonfire to say, hey, this is where we're staying, and see if we can get them to come.
Okay.
Something is living up in the ruins on top of the wart. Smelled awful. Some sort of nasty creature. Could be trolls. Could be, I don't know, some other predator or something in there. I didn't recognize the smell, but it didn't smell like, corpses, putrefaction, or anything like that. It smelled like something living that stinks. We could maybe go in and attack now while it's dark, but while it's light, attacking them in their lair while they're asleep.
Yeah, we could do that. That would maybe be enough of a distraction.
It would certainly get them pissed off at us. We could try to burn the ruins down around them, but it was mostly stone, so I don't know how well that would work.
Right. Well, but it might do some damage to them on their way out to attack us. But yeah, I think if we do that, if we're not stealthy about it, and we make it, I think deliberately, make a show of where we're headed to try to throw them, so that they come follow us, and so he and his family can slip off.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we could make an obvious trail back to the farm.
What do you think, Laurel? Probably the wisest of us all.
Sorry, I got distracted by Alexa.
Me too. I can hear my wife and daughter downstairs in the kitchen baking something, maybe. And it's very distracting because I want to know what I'm getting.
I accept baked goods by mail, just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
As
what do
I
you think,
said, I
Laurel?
have little mind for tactics, but whatever we can do to take attention off them is probably a good approach.
Okay.
Well, you're the ones who are half drowned. I'm up for taking the fight to the ruins. At least, a quick foray in to see what exactly we're up against, and then fall.
I mean,
down.
that is a fair point. I'm down 15 hit points, but
so maybe it would be smarter to try to just make an obvious trail back to the farm, break branches, step in muddy spots, that sort of thing.
It would make more sense if we want them to think that we all of us are going back there. We wouldn't take children over to the.
Yeah, I think the three of us could make it look like there are six of us.
Okay. All right. So then we give him money. The Armic keeps the spear. Use it to defend your family or hunt for food. Give him rations, whatever.
You have a pony at the farmhouse.
No.
How long until dark? You think?
We got maybe an hour or two. It's autumn, so the sun's going to be setting sooner. Plus, it's with that heavy rain.
Right. So
you
we
had
could
the one
all
little
go
spot
back.
of sun came out, but it's gradually.
Yeah. We could all go back to the farm and then send them off directly from there. It's not going to cost them that much time in terms of.
You think they would make up the time by being able to have a pony or something to put the kids on?
Right, and then we don't have to waste time trying to cover their tracks from here to make it look like they went with us to the farm, because they did go with us to the farm.
All right.
And we can give them better provisions and horses and ponies.
All right, that might be more sensible. What do you? Well, yeah.
What does Diarmic?
I was going to say, what does Diarmic want to
do? He honestly does not want to go out in the dark.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah,
because what he's afraid of is they're going to get halfway there, and it's nighttime, and they're like defenseless. So.
Right. Oh, and then Bree locks up at night too, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, it's actually a couple days walk to Bree.
Yeah.
So it's because Dasher only went to the Forsaken Inn, which is like a couple hours.
Yeah, that's where I figured they would go. But if it's not a good path for them. Maybe they should come back
Bree,
to the
it's going
farm.
to take them a couple days. So
then let's go back to the farm and fortify it as best we can, and then in the morning we can set off for Bree and forget this family treasure, whatever it is.
Right, but we do have a job to rid the area of trolls.
Well, we can always come back and do that.
True. I like that plan.
But now we don't have to play farce with Jari anymore.
True.
Technically, your job with Balin was to just scout.
That's true.
And you did make it to Weathertop, which is that wart. Is that kind of hole? I think that's Weathertop, from what I understand. So you've technically done what Balin asked.
But we're going to have to survive the night regardless, and then I suppose we can just do that and then figure out what we want to do in the morning.
Right.
All right.
Because know they're going to probably attack tonight.
Given that Diarmic and his family are going to come with us to the farm, let's try to make as little imprint on the land as possible. Try to cover our tracks so that at least the trolls get slowed down trying to find us.
Well, I'll leave that to you then.
Okay. So I'll hang back behind the rest of the group and go more slowly and try to cover tracks, brush things out with a branch,
what was that?
leave false trails, that kind of thing.
That was stealth. Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys managed to get back up the hill. It's wet and sloppy, but you get back to the hill and you see the farmhouse still looks about the same. What you do notice is the head that was above the door is now stone.
Ah ha ha! That's awesome.
That was the scanning roll you guys kept missing.
Oh.
because earlier you were trying to say, do we know that stones will turn or trolls will turn to stone in the sunlight?
Yeah.
And I was like, there's one right there, but you guys keep missing it.
Nobody ever looks up. Yeah.
But now you know this fact. So
right.
Yeah. So okay.
I didn't get a good look. I didn't get a good look late at night. For all I know, they're always stone.
Right. So I guess that means the body has turned to stone too, lying out in the yard.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What? Can we review what we can spend fellowship points on to see if there's anything we can do to before we get attacked?
Yeah.
Fellowship points. Okay, let's.
I don't have any fellowship points.
No, the fellowship has points.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yes, the fellowship.
Yeah. So let's the fellowship.
I believe we have 4.
Mm-hmm. I see 9.
You have 9. Because you each, I think, get 2. Well, no, you each get 1, but then you each get 1 from Balin, whatever. And I forget how you got 9th. But anyway, what those give you is, let me check that back in the book here. Fellowship is a pool of points shared by all player heroes that is mainly spent to recover lost confidence. Fellowship can also be used to trigger special effects tied to the company's patron, which I think Balin gives you. Oh, I gotta go find him again.
You can spend fellowship to make a combat roll favored.
Okay, yeah. Which is good. You guys might need that.
And remind me, what does favored do?
That's the adds an additional D12, and
Yeah.
you take the highest.
Yeah. Okay, so when you get there, Thunderer comes out and greets you. He's just still kind of looking over his shoulder at Jari. The family run in to the farmhouse and then kind of freeze when they see Jari. And then Jari also kind of like looks like he's like seen a ghost. He's just like has this oh shit look on his face.
Can I punch Jari now?
Go for it. Yep.
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Okay. If you do anything worse than that, you're going to get shadow points, though, because you're supposed to be heroes.
No, I don't want to kill him. I'm just pissed.
Go for it. Yeah. You can roll it. I was going to say you can roll it at advantage, but yeah.
Oh wait, I rolled under combat proficiency and not. How do you do that for unarmed for brawling?
Is there brawling or like unarmed strike or? I don't know if you guys have it on your character sheet.
Brawling is smart. Let's see here. I think you can.
I have a proficiency in brawling.
Yeah.
But how do I roll?
Under combat proficiency, I think.
Oh, because that doesn't work for your other proficiencies. You have to actually.
Don't worry about it. He's just sitting.
Well, that adds in the
just walk
okay.
Up and just, you just walk up and just slug him, and he goes like he falls off his chair and gets up. He's got like blood dripping. He's like,
that's a good question, man.
And he just kind of gets up, and he's still got this like worried look on his face. That's when Diarmok comes over with the spear and is about to like just jam the spear into him, but he like holds and he's like I should kill you for what you've done to my family.
You'll regret it.
He made me a liar, a thief. He deserves to die for what he did.
And he may tonight, because he's going to take first watch with me.
Harry's like, oh no, you can't send me out there. Their plans are spoiled. They'll kill me.
That sounds like the perfect thing to do with you.
You can redeem yourself tonight, or you can run away and live in shame for the rest of it.
He's like,
and they'll find you in the woods.
He's gonna roll a die for him.
They'll find you in the woods alone.
He's like, very well. If it'll get my hide out of here, I'll help you.
Good call.
Diarmok just kind of pulls the spear back and then goes back to his family. I think that's a good spot to stop for tonight, because what we're going to do is in the next episode is prepare for nightfall, and what comes after that. So, let's take a break there. How do you guys feel?
I feel like we might make it out of this alive.
I feel like amazed that I did not drown in that lake.
Yeah.
You could have very easily killed us all.
Speaking of which, before we close out, I would like to take a short rest.
Okay.
I was going to ask if anybody had healing as well.
I was going to say everybody. Yeah, you, and I think it's on your. It might be on your character sheet where you can like click to take the rest. I think.
Right, and I do have healing favored, so if that helps with, I'm not sure what we have to do to.
I was in the process of looking that up. Healing.
Yeah.
It's a skill, so I was looking it up. Let's see here.
I think you just have to target the other person to do it. So. Let me put you all back on the map then.
Yeah, it doesn't really say.
Tora. Let's see. Yeah, because I think you target the person you want to heal, and then you roll that. I think.
Yeah, let's try that.
Perhaps not. At worst,
Great-
just
great
at
success.
worst, just manually update your endurance.
Great,
I
great
think
success, whatever that means.
Yeah, what does that mean? How many hit points do I get back? I don't know how that works.
I know I've done it.
Check healing
I
in the.
I don't understand this game's mechanics.
Healing skill 62.
Not intuitive.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple things in here.
All right. Healing.
Healing, nothing more than healing.
This skill includes bonus. Outcome relies on the ability of the healer to understand what ails the sufferer and determine what should be done to help them.
Okay, that's not.
So,
Yeah, like I said, it's not helpful.
Yeah, it doesn't really say. Let's just keep it simple. Roll.
I use that great success to widen the influence and take care of both Glorel and Tora.
Just roll a.
Whatever
Let's just keep it simple. Just roll a d20 for each person you want to heal. Let's just keep it simple, and that'll be how much you heal.
All right, one for Tora and one for Glorel.
You don't even need to roll for me.
Oh, you didn't take any damage? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, we just do.
And she did the short rest. I think got some endurance back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And we'll instead of widening the influence, I'll just do an additional success and give you
Let's
10
just
points back.
let's just keep
There
it
you
simple.
go.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And that's where we'll wrap up for tonight. And we'll come back next week for the final stand. So,
All right. Sounds good. Yeah.
So
Just after getting these guys settled in, I think I want to make like a big bonfire or something in the front yard to light up the area for when we do, not light it right away, but like to be able to light it as soon as they attack so we can see.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Wednesday night, we have some Mothership. We have a new series starting. I'll let Q tell us about it.
Yeah, we're going to do just a quick 3-episode, hopefully. Maybe, everyone will die in the first
It's Mothership.
Mothership after all. But yeah, we'll have a few folks starting off in the first session. We might get a couple more additional folks joining us second session that just couldn't make it to the first one because of scheduling. We shall see. But it should be at least 4 of us running through a nice space adventure. Some colonists heading off through space on a sleeper ship to arrive at their colony. What could possibly go wrong?
And then Thursday.
And then Thursday we're back to Delta Green, where our Scourge has just recovered from burning down the McAllister building, and now is going to enter a quick little 20-year vignette, and then hop into the Act 2 of the Impossible Landscapes campaign. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then Friday night, we're back to Dragon Age, season 2 of our game. It kicks off Friday night, so lots going on. I got 4 games this week, folks. So it's gonna be a lot.
And next week too.
Yeah. So it's gonna be busy weeks. But again, thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you all next week. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.